Hi everyone, welcome back to the channel. In this video, I'm gonna be taking you along for a gym session in the Rhino Boulder Gym in Ghent. And I wanna climb all the blue problems today because I'm mourning the loss of my second blue Scarpa Instinct. I think I lost it biking home after a previous session. So I've been trying to cope with that a little bit. So in honor of the second shoe and of this beautiful pair of climbing shoes, I'm gonna be trying all the blue boulders in the Rhino Boulder Gym. Let's get going. All of these problems were brand new to me because the gym recently held their annual open competition and did a full reset. Because they were competition style boulders, there were a lot of jumps and a lot of dynamic moves. The difficulty of the boulder problems in this gym is marked by the color of the tags, not the color of the holds. You're always going to be looking for 2 start tags and a finish tag. And because of the competition, they've put up zone tags as well. The blue tags in this gym sit between 6A+ and 6B+, which is a gym grade where I have a little bit of margin to play around and try out different betas for different moves. I'm not gonna pretend like I did all these boulder problems on my first attempt. I want to share the process of figuring these out a little bit more. So I'm going to show you this slab climb that I did that I didn't flash. It took me 2 tries if I remember correctly, and the showstopper for me was this one move that's about to come up. I'm supposed to stand up on my right foot and grab the 2 slopers and pull them apart like an elevator door, which should keep me in the wall. But it's a lower percentage move, a move that even if you know how to do it, it's not a given that you're gonna stick it because a lot can go wrong. I didn't fully stand up on the right foot, so I was too low to grab onto the slopers, which sent me flying and back to start. On my second go, I knew to give it a little bit more momentum so I could fully stand up, get in the elevator, and get to the top floor because that's where the money is made. Let's go. In the corner of the screen, I'm putting this graph that represents how people voted on the difficulty of the grade. The gym uses the Toplogger app, where route setters put up the problems once they're built, and where climbers can vote on the perceived difficulty once they've sent a problem. On the steeper climb, for example, 3 people gave it a 6A+, and 8 climbers gave it a 6B, so the consensus grade ends up being 6B. I'm always stoked when they put up problems in this little corner of the gym, and definitely when you have to press on these slopey holds. It's a type of movement that I like to seek out outdoors as well, so whenever I can practice it in the gym, I'm stoked, and I'll try to perfect it on the wall. On this problem, you can see me visualize the movement before I make my attempt, which is a good strategy if you're trying to climb more mindfully and set yourself up for a flash attempt. Everything went according to plan except for this hand swap right here. I was surprised by how tricky it was to make room for the right hand. But the rest of the problem didn't pose any unforeseen issues, so I was glad to read this before trying to send it. And this brings us back to another slab climb, which is my favorite style of climbing right now. And I think it's because it's where the poetry and motion aspect of the sport really shines through. There is something aesthetic about cleaning up your footwork, about keeping your hips in the wall and making stuff look easier than it actually is. And a good way to know if you're on the right track in your bouldering progression is to film yourself on slab climbs, because it's going to be really apparent where you're moving with gracious flow and where you're kind of struggling and forcing positions a little bit too much.
Evenveel enthousiasme voor mij.
Ja, kom maar.
The vibes were really cool during this session, and that's a huge plus for me, because whenever I film myself, I get really self-aware, and that's the price you pay if you want to put yourself up on YouTube to learn from watching yourself climb. And one thing I learned from this boulder problem is that when I look at myself, I look really tense throughout this section surrounding this sloper, while I had read it to be quite easy, but it really didn't feel like that on the wall. I was glad to find the little inside flag near the end. It's always cool to use stuff that you know in theory, but that you don't often come across on the wall. I have one more boulder problem to share with you in this video, and it's this coordination dyno that took me a bunch of tries to dial in. I'll let you enjoy my progress on it for a second. I did eventually stick it. And here's that move in slow-mo. If you're proud of me, consider leaving a like on the video, maybe subscribe to the channel. And if you want to go a step further, you can even buy me a coffee through the link in the video description. Thanks for watching, guys. Bye.